So you've got this amazing business idea, but what's next? Where do you even begin? Well, you've come to the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to turn that spark into a real, solid game plan for your first business. Ready? Let's dive in. All right, so there it is, that aha moment. You've got this brilliant idea and you can't shake it. But then the big questions start rolling in. What do I do now? Is this thing for real? Does it actually have potential? That's exactly the gap we're going to bridge today. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the right mindset. Now, we're going to frame this with the idea of a kidpreneur, but honestly, these principles apply to anyone starting out. This is about so much more than just making money. It's really about a whole different way of thinking, of creating something from nothing. So, what does that actually look like? It means you're an innovator. You're not just a dreamer with a cool idea. You're someone who rolls up their sleeves and uses creativity, critical thinking, all those problem-solving skills to make that idea real. You're a doer, a maker, a creator, all rolled into one. Here's a secret that a lot of people miss. Every single great business starts in the exact same spot. And it's not with a solution, it's with a problem. Getting your head around that idea is, without a doubt, the most important first step to figuring out what your mission is. And it's really a simple two-part process. First, just look around, seriously. What drives you crazy? What do you hear people complaining about? What could just be better? Find a real problem. Then, the second step is to look in the mirror. What are you amazing at? What are your unique skills and passions? That sweet spot where your strengths meet a real-world problem? Man, that's where the magic happens. That's where the best business ideas come from. Okay, so you've got the idea. Now it's time to put on your detective hat. And I'm serious, this is not boring homework. This is exciting stuff. It's an investigation. You've got to understand the world that your new idea is about to step into. And this right here, this is the core of your mission. Your goal isn't just to collect a bunch of data. Nope. You're looking for an opening, a little gap in the universe. You're on the hunt for that one unique spot in the market where your business can just absolutely shine. The official term for this detective work is market research. And yeah, it's pretty much what it sounds like. You're doing a deep dive. You're trying to become a mind reader, to get right inside the heads of your future customers. What do they actually need? What do they want? And crucially, who's already out there trying to give it to them? So your whole investigation really comes down to these 4 big questions. Think of it as your detective checklist. Number 1, who are my customers? 2, what do they really truly need? 3, who are my competitors? And 4, how are they trying to solve the problem right now? The answers you find here, they're going to be the literal building blocks for your entire game plan. All right, you've scooped out the outside world. Now it's time to turn that magnifying glass on yourself and figure out your own position. To really understand this battleground, we're going to pull out a super powerful tool called a SWOT analysis. First step is S, for strengths. These are all your internal advantages. What are you great at? What secret skills or resources do you have that nobody else does? This is your secret weapon, your unfair advantage. Then comes W, for weaknesses. And you gotta be real with yourself here. This is also internal. Where could you improve? Maybe you're short on time or money or experience. Hey, facing this stuff head on isn't failure, it's actually a huge sign of strength. Okay, now we look outside again for O, opportunities. These are things happening out in the world that you can totally use to your advantage. Is there a new trend popping off? Did a competitor drop the ball? These are like gusts of wind at your back, pushing you forward. And last but not least, T for threats. These are the external hurdles that could trip you up. What are your competitors doing really well? Could something like a new rule or a shaky economy cause problems? This is all about knowing what's coming so you can be ready for it. Let's pull this all together with a quick example so you can see how it works. Okay, let's say your strength is your incredible artistic talent. That's internal, and it's helpful. Your weakness? Also internal? Maybe it's just that you don't have enough time. Now for the external stuff. An opportunity could be that more and more people want to buy handmade goods. Awesome. But a threat is that there are a ton of other artists out there. Now here's where the strategy kicks in. You start connecting the dots. How can you use your strength, your one-of-a-kind artistic style, to fight off the threat of all that competition? Well, maybe you create something so unique that nobody else can even copy it. That is strategy, right there. Okay, let's recap. We found a problem, we've sparked an idea, we've played detective in the market, and we've analyzed our own position. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together and figure out your very first move. So what's the big takeaway here? This stuff isn't just, busy work. When you take your amazing idea and you back it up with solid market research and a really honest SWOT analysis, well, that's it. That's the foundation for a business that has a real shot at success. You've literally just turned a daydream into a concrete strategy. So you see, the question is no longer if you can do this. The real question is how are you going to start? Just look at your list of strengths and all those opportunities you found. What's the one thing, the very first move you can make to start turning this into reality? So I'll leave you with this. What opportunity are you going to seize first?